Adaptations are weird. If you're lucky, they deviate from the source, spawning a classic while still allowing the original piece to stand on its own. It's a different take, but the spirit is still there. And sometimes they leave you scratching your head, wondering, why did they do that? The latter, unfortunately, is more or less how I feel about Supergirl. The latest addition to the DCU, and the second time the Maiden of Might has graced the big screen in her own solo film. Supergirl follows Kara Zor-El on a quest to save her dog after he's been poisoned by the dastardly Crim of the Yellow Hills, who has also murdered the family of her new companion, Ruthie, in cold blood. So the two set off on a rescue/revenge mission across the cosmos. And that mission has its ups and downs. When Supergirl was first announced in 2024 as the second film in the DCU, I was like, whoa, you guys are taking a big swing. Superman was going to be the big 4-quadrant film, while Supergirl was going to be the riskier bet due to the source material that they were choosing to adapt. Tom King's and Bill Evely's Supergirl Women of Tomorrow. Women of Tomorrow is a grand sci-fi epic that looks unlike any other, with regal, dreamlike illustrations that tells a tale of darkness, vengeance, and kindness in spite of the enormity of darkness. I thought that was the tale that we were going to be getting on the big screen, but instead we got the Cliff Notes version. I did not enjoy Supergirl as much as I would have liked to. It isn't terrible, I just think it's lacking a lot of what its source material had to offer, a uniqueness. One of Tomorrow is an age-old lone wolf and cub tale about a quest for vengeance, but the stops the characters make along the way and the art style make this well-worn trope feel brand new. Nothing about Supergirl feels new. At times, this film plays like one from the 2010s or a DCEU installment that's suffered a death by 1,000 cuts and needless needle drops. I'm really curious to know what was the need to make this film so tight, because the truncated nature of the story doesn't help it at all. It honestly makes it feel longer somehow. Now, it's not all bad. There is some fun to be had in this movie. Some jokes land incredibly well. There's an alien bus driver in this film, and everything that came out of this guy's mouth had me howling with laughter. Kara's opening fight was pretty solid too. She uses a move toward the end of the movie that's been on my mind since I've seen it. It's a very good use of her powers. Millie Alcock, who plays Supergirl, is magnificent as the Maiden of Might. She plays this crumbling, aimless super being, flawlessly, never missing a beat to shine. If there's any reason to see this movie, it's her. Gunn and Safran did not miss casting her as our live-action Kara Zor-El, and I can't wait to see more of her going forward. Regardless of how this movie ends up, I am glad that the powers of be have the confidence in Millie and don't want to see Kara go to waste. Jumping back over to the negative side of the fence, while I love this rendition of Kara, I do think she was missing some of the gentleness that she had in the book. Kara in Woman of Tomorrow is still an abrasive, drunk asshole, but she's also Supergirl. There's a reason she wears that S on her chest. In the book, there's moments where Kara teaches Ruthie, who never has due to her culture, how to wash her hands. Or when they need to fly, Kara assures Ruthie that she will not drop her. These hands can turn coal into diamonds, I got you. And they fly off into the forever and beautiful sky. In the movie, she throws her in a spacesuit so she won't die, and they arrive on the designated planet like Snyder's Superman. It's just funny that in the graphic novel we have this tender moment between these two people, and in the movie it's just like, nah, we're going for the laugh, we ain't doing that shit. And that's this movie's attitude toward most of Women of Tomorrow. We'll do some of it, but don't expect all of it. And honestly, that's fine. Most adaptations aren't one-to-one. There are very few that are. People take liberties, they add their own spins, they deviate. As I said in the opening of the video, most classic movies that you've seen are loose adaptations of their source material. Comic book movies do this all the time. The MCU, The Dark Knight, The Batman, they're remixes of the thing that they are borrowing from, but they're good remixes. And I do not think that Supergirl is a good remix of Woman of Tomorrow. The message of revenge, of having meaning and the enormity of it all, and the randomness of violence, I think they miss all of that. I think at the end of the day that bothers me the most about Supergirl not being a more direct adaptation of Women of Tomorrow is that it just would have made it more unique to truly adapt this story. Superhero movies are in a tough place currently. After an onslaught of average, people are expecting a little bit more from them. Fine is not fine anymore. Fortunately and unfortunately, that saying does have its downsides, but I think this being the DCU's second film out, making this more in line with the comic book would have made this shine just a little brighter. Separated it from the current pack of superhero movies, past and present. If you're really going to adapt this, if you're really going to adapt this story, why take a half measure? Why not go all the way? I didn't love Supergirl as much as I wanted to, but at the end of the day, I am glad that she's on the big screen. I have my problems with the movie, but the star herself is great, and if this leads to more people discovering Supergirl, then all the better. There's a lot of versions of her out currently. We got Sophie Campbell's run, which continues to be a delight. We have her taking a bigger role in My Adventures with Superman. She recently inspired the next hero of the My Adventures universe, Jessica Cruz, and of course, 6 seasons of Melissa Benoist. I've never said Melissa Benoist's name out loud. Is it Melissa Benoist? Melissa Benoist. How the fuck? One momento. Melissa Benoist. That's how you say it, Benoist. So, where was I? I forgot my train of thought. What the fuck was I doing? Oh, yeah, right. Right. Melissa Benoist. Yeah, Melissa Benoist has 6 seasons of her show. We have Injustice 2 Supergirl. We have DCAU Supergirl. There's a lot of Supergirl out there to discover. Also, if you haven't, please, I highly recommend that you pick up Supergirl One of Tomorrow. This is the trade paperback version for $20, but you can also get this thing. But you can also pick up this version as well. These are DC Compact. These are called DC Compact editions. They're about $9 at your local comic book shop or your bookstore. They're great bang for your buck. You can get this entire book for $9 here. So yeah, this will be a great thing to pick up as well. But yeah, I highly recommend either version. The DC Compact editions, they keep all the quality. They're just a little smaller. But yeah, you know, they're the entire book for $9. It's a steal. Highly recommended. But either way, just recommend picking up the story. This is a wonderful, beautiful book with a stellar story, and I highly recommend that you pick it up and read it. If you want, if you watch this movie and you want to experience more Supergirl, there's a lot of versions and a lot of quality versions out there for you to find. She's also popping up in Man of Tomorrow, and they already have her next appearance sorted out as well. Speaking of Man of Tomorrow, I want to give a quick theory about that movie that involves spoilers about Supergirl. So if you don't want to know anything about Supergirl, if you want to stay spoiler free, and you haven't seen it yet, please skip here. And yes, let's get into spoiler territory just for a few seconds. So I think Kara's dad is alive. I think that he is captive on Brainiac's ship. I think Brainiac showed up shortly after Kara's departure and bottled Kandor. Maybe he even figured out the kryptonite problem. I think Kara is going to find this out in Man of Tomorrow and try to kill Brainiac. Clark is going to get in her way, leading us to Supergirl versus Superman. Maybe a verbal fight, maybe a physical one. We'll see, but I definitely think this movie is leading towards some type of conflict between the two cousins. The ending of Supergirl puts both of them on opposite sides of the moral fence, and I definitely think that they are going to play with that come Man of Tomorrow. Okay, spoilers are over. Still looking forward to the DCU as a whole. I think they have a big hit coming on their hands with Clayface. Horror is booming right now, and I think Clayface is going to be good. That being said, I do hope the next film after Man of Tomorrow involves a bigger hero. Next to Superman, get Wonder Woman in the ring. If you can't use Batman, get her in. You need more hitters. Hell, make a Mr. Terrific movie. People really responded to him. Lean into that. In hindsight, DC's slate made sense. It was a calling card for what they were capable of. A big 4-quadrant film, a sci-fi film, a horror movie, a war movie, some adult shows sprinkled in there. But now it's like, what are you doing? Did you lose the rights to Batman or Wonder Woman? What happened? Still have faith in Jimmy and Pete, but a little more cautious. People are allowed to fail. What they learned from that failure is the important part. What you think of Supergirl? Please let me know in the comment section below. Did you like it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you see it? Let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like hearing me talk about movies and comics, please hit that subscribe button. I do have a video on Sophie Campbell Supergirl if you are interested, along with various videos on other comic books as well. My next video is going to be about the end of the Ultimate Marvel Universe. That should be out sometime next week or the week after. So with all that being said, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.